I'm gonna immerse myself in this world. I'm so sick of the real world. Try to go grind some more, but right now I really want to get to where the orcs are meant to be. I feel like I almost went the wrong way. I feel like where the orcs are meant to be, according to the lore, is Kaltorum? Torham? I'm not really sure, but apparently some guy named Ran Cal, like, liberated the race of Renkai. And it just happens to be, like, a very nice, to me, a very nice thing that the Renkai and Renster lined up. Like, I'm pretty happy about that. Right now, that's all that matters to me is learning a little bit more about this world, because at least it feels like I'm adventuring and finding out something new. Let's see. You could just go this way. Okay, yeah. Alright. So one thing about this game is that there's no fast travel, which makes things pretty cool to me. I do appreciate that I have a map in this game. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance on hardcore mode, and this... I mean, having a map really changes shit. Having a compass, you know? Just really, like, I'm not the best at navigating, honestly. I barely leave my house in real life. I don't mind going out, but it's just not my preferred use of time. I mean, it's part of the technological era. I can just turn on my fucking computer at 3 a.m. and do this. And very little risk involved. Lots of opportunity for nuance. I mean, it makes sense. To me, it makes sense why all the kids are completely obsessed with their iPads and everything. I mean, the modern world is just... It's trying to indoctrinate them and they're rebelling. Makes sense to me. Right, this way. It's a pretty beautiful game. I mean, I'm sure it would look a lot better if I didn't have everything turned down so much, like you could see them lagging. But for a game in alpha, for an MMO in alpha, I think it's better than people give it credit for. Discovered Hollow. Oh, there's Ember Spring. So I've never ventured out this far. I honestly have just completed, like, the tutorial mode, basically. I'm not even past the tutorial. The tutorial is, like, the first 10 levels. I'm still protected from, like, PvP. Actually, fuck, I might go back. No, I'll keep going. Because what I need is some food. Specific type of food, fresh salad. What is this? You know what? I'll wipe these guys. Might as well grind a little bit. But anyway, like I was saying, I need, fuck, okay. Once I stop lagging, I'll be able to play again. There we go. These are all casters, so these are actually pretty... These are not the best enemies for me to be fighting. And they're lagging the shit on my PC. Alright. I did not expect them to be this difficult. I'm glad there's Ember Spring right there, because I might die here. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, that was close. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, I don't blame anyone for retreating to digital stuff. It's really like the last bastion of free expression that there is, because the real world has, at least in my opinion, been so in control by something that's not really human at the end of the day. Like, not entirely, but the illusion's been maintained so well that we just follow it. We just keep going down these predetermined... We've just become so predictable as a species that it's, like, funny. I guess the only way you can look at it is funny, or else it just becomes really depressing. A lot of people were really confused about the video I made when I showed it to them, at least my reaction that I got. They didn't really see the purpose in like looking into these things or for them to know about it. And it's disheartening to me, but I understand. I was, when I was younger, I would see like the reptilian theories and stuff, and I just brushed them off. We've all been there. Nobody wants to believe in it. It's just too fantastical and too extraordinary. It's too heavy because the implications are just too heavy. But I mean, facing that overwhelming, these overwhelming like times, this overwhelming amount of, it's like a shock to the system. It's, oh, my entire life, it feels like everything's a lie, and it's true. Like, we've all been deceived for so long that the lies have become reality, and that's what it is. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to it's not something to brush off, but it's also not something to like get distraught about, I guess. I don't get why everyone wants to have these overly emotional reactions to this information instead of just investigating it and looking at it through a neutral lens. Everyone wants to like be right against each other, and that's missing the point. We're all together. We should earnestly approach topics like this together. And it's driving me a little bit nuts. I mean, I think that we have the potential to really break free of something monumental. And something monumental is around the corner. Like, we could, like, the liberation, the technological liberation of humanity. I mean, I'm sure that not all of these, like, once this information becomes common knowledge, I really think there's going to be like a sort of mass exodus by that race that's been controlling us. And because it's not going to be fun anymore for them. It's not going to suit them. If we all know what's going on, it's not going to be suitable for them to wield these levers of power, because it's not going to be fun anymore. And really, they're just reflecting back at us what we want. They're really just they're feeding us what we want to hear. They're feeding us what we want to be told. That's how the trap is also working. In that way, they're probably the best oppressors we could have asked for, even though they have their own flaws. Like, we have to look at it from like this is very nuanced. We can't just, this isn't black and white anymore. This isn't contrasting. We need to find a way to blend this together and seek honest reconciliation. Otherwise, it's just, there's no point in this. There's no point in living, to me, if we're living a lie the whole time. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about that. Like, that's why I'm just playing this game. Because we're all just playing a game. I mean, there's plenty of research on reincarnation. It doesn't seem to be the only thing that we need to do. Like, it's not the only thing that needs to happen or anything. It's not our only avenue to an afterlife. Like, it's the reality is a mirror. It's a reflection of our own inner world. So, in my opinion, when we die, whatever we think is gonna happen happens, and then things start to reorganize because we never really lose our core identity. That's something that's like unshakable. Our core, our self, our higher self, whatever that is, I don't really know. Our soul, who knows? We can't touch it. We can't feel it right now. Well, we can feel it. I mean, if you meditate and stuff, I'm sure you could get the sensation of touch from it. I don't claim to know that you can, but it seems that way from different text. Let me see if I could kill this guy. Ominous ooze. Oh, there's 3 of them. I don't want to. Nah, fuck that. I just want to get this quest done. Fuck, I pressed the wrong button. Come back here, guy. Bruh. Stop running. What the fuck? No. No. Bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. Even what I'm saying, like, our unconscious patterns are all, they all serve a purpose. Even like the stuff, I think that the stuff that I was saying just now, like the fucking word, like I was saying, oh my god, like I'm clearly like pleading and bargaining, even unconsciously, with reality. We all have a relationship with art, with architecture, like the architecture of this reality. We all have this. We're all co-architects in this way. Like we're all just collaborating to create this space and time, I guess. I don't get it fully, but I'm trying to, and I'm tired of people like feeling alone and trying to. It's getting to me. I don't get how other people don't see it as an important thing. It's the most I guess that people don't like being existential, but it's what the time period calls for. When you look at what's coming out, when you look at the inevitability of outcome. Okay, I think I'm walking through some treacherous territory. That's fine. I just want to get to this this place. Yeah, I should have stuck to the road, but if I can just get over here. Are these? Oh shit! Oh, they killed my mount. Well, I survived. There's still a few things coming after me, but I think I'm okay. What is that? Oh, hawk. Level 11 hawk, damn. Yeah, I did the right thing to get the fuck out of there. Oh, I believe that's the last of my main quests. It's rewarded with some dim glint and stuff. Oh yeah, my mount's dead, so I have no choice but to explore this this little settlement here. Like I said, I'm a Renkai in this game. Of course, I would pick a Renkai. It's the orcs. It's the biggest ones. They have scales. They're like Dragonborn. Like it's the coolest race to me. I don't know. I don't. Obviously, to me, I don't understand why anyone else would pick anything else. But I love that other people have other differing opinions. I love variety, and that's my biggest issue with my life right now is I seem to be the only one with this perspective about these NHI presents. I really want to broker like some kind of peace. I want to get past the sensationalism. It's really boring. It's really like it's tiring. It's draining. Yeah, this game, I mean, it serves as a good way for me to talk, I guess. I can just talk and play this game. What's up here? Oh, there's granite right outside the settlement. See, this place seems like the best kind of place to set up for now. I mean, all this granite right outside. Well, I would mine it, but right now, oh, I need to get rid of this glint. I'll just mine it, because why not? It's here for the taking. What's funny to me is like stuff like this in games, it makes sense that they put it in because it mirrors our real life, and in the way that like we're always working towards something, we're always laboring towards something, but I think the time can come where that doesn't have to be the case if we would just open our eyes to the way that information and technology has been getting suppressed, ideas getting suppressed. The way that keeps happening, it needs to stop, or else we have no hope. That's our last hope, man. Our last hope is peace on Earth. We've gone too far. We've gone too far for how technologically developed we are, and it's because the ideas keep getting suppressed. The ideas of liberation, ideas of progress, they keep getting squelched by people blaming each other for things. They're always thinking that someone is out to get them, out to work against them, and that's because reality really feels that way, dude. It really does. It's like we inherited that feeling. We inherited from our ancestors and probably our many cycles and lifetimes on this planet and similar planets. I think this feeling of isolation and this feeling of this feeling the idea that this life is all we have and we got to make the most of it and got to do the most to secure a future for our offspring, because that's all we're gonna be left with when we die. I think that's all carefully crafted. I think that's all supposed to be how we think, so that we stay in a state of panic, almost a state of urgency. We don't let life come to us. We go out and we try to make life happen. And the keyword is try. And we strain and we strive and we take pride in our striving. And that's okay. Like, it served its purpose. It was not for nothing. We all got something out of it. At the end of the day, we all got something out of this. And if we're able to look at it from a zoomed out lens, without clinging to physical identity, clinging to this cycle, clinging to anything, if we zoom out, we can just realize, you know what? I think we all had our fun, but it's time to move forward. It's really time to move forward. It's not time to stay stuck. It's become redundant. It's become boring. It's become tiresome. It's not new. It's not exciting. That's the whole point of life. Life is not meant to decay while animated. It doesn't make any sense. No. I wish people would look past coincidence. I wish people would realize that science and physical evidence and empirical proof, while they serve a good purpose, they're good for navigating. They're good for, like, helping us to understand complexities, and it's all, like, it serves a purpose, just like religion serves a purpose. It helps people to take that first step towards understanding there's something bigger out there, something more expansive. I can't, like, point to my heart. I don't have my webcam on right now, but in here, they, like, their heart, they have they just as expansive as the universe is, so is your inner world when you look at it and you start to develop and cultivate the inner world that you wish to see reflected. That's the truth of of it all. Is this an Amber Spring? Well, I guess not. I don't know what the hell that is. Like, I didn't think I had to explain all of that after when I put my video out saying how obvious everything was to me. I was like, okay, now people will make the connections. But it's like I've confused people even more. They don't even understand why I made the video. And it's not, like, obviously that video was not, it was not all... It can't be everything out there, and it can't be... Fuck, I'm doing that thing where I'm just walking around aimlessly in a game because I'm talking. Hold on. I need to crush some of this granite, dude. Okay, so 54. I need 54 crack water salts, please. Yeah, I mean... A lot of people, when I talk about this stuff, they start, like, giving me weird looks, especially if they're educated. Because I'm gonna level with everyone. I want to be as honest and open with everyone as I can be, within the parameters of keeping myself safe from attack and safe from this world that I perceive as not always friendly. You know, it's not. This world is not been the kindest to anybody that I've interacted with. It's been fairly kind. I feel like I've been disproportionately favored in a way, just because I don't know. I don't know why, but I have had fortune in my life. Lots of fortune, in my opinion. Not not financial, not economic, particularly. Even though I live in the United States and I live in a metropolitan area, so I am living a wealthy life compared to those of the past. But if you compared my life to like someone wealthy living it, like if you compared the way I live to somebody who has wealth, like in terms of money, like paper money, um, I think it's pretty obvious. Like I've been caught in this cycle of lack, or I was caught in a cycle of lack for a long time. I'm not sure. I'm working. I, I'm I'm releasing that. I'm in the process of releasing that, and it's not easy. It feels like I'm the only one that like looks at life the way that I look at it, like, and I don't really. It's kind of scary because I don't. First of all, let me finish my thought that I was having. Fucking, I'm a high school dropout. All I've had in terms of labor, like work, in terms of what's given me money and a source of income is um manual labor, like physical, like unskilled labor. I was a busboy and then I was a retail worker. That's my background. Um, I was a busboy, then I was a retail worker, and I never finished high school. I never even learned how to drive. I'm not the most accredited person you'll ever meet. It's just not gonna be the case ever, because I don't respect certain institutions that claim to have like a they figured out education. I don't really get it because I've never felt like I'm getting smarter at school. At least not past maybe elementary or middle school. I feel like the last thing I learned in school and took with me was like algebra, honestly. Like I was just after that, like nothing seemed very useful for my ends, my means, what I wanted to do with my life. Even though I love the English language, I love speaking, I love reading, I love ideas. Even English class, even reading books. School made me not want to read books, made me not want to like look at literature. And as an adult, I love literature. I don't love a lot of fiction. I don't like the focus of a lot of fiction because I view things in a lens of what is it trying to be accomplished here. And much of what is worked towards that I see is the maintenance of victimhood, and that seems to be what's kept us trapped here. Is we are always trying to get our get back because we feel like things we need to do something because we're not being taken care of, and that's this might be dicey. Hold up. I might have to run away immediately. Maybe there's someone weaker I can fight. Oh man. Maybe I can't be in this area yet. But yeah, I really do I respect the work people put into their jobs. They're becoming an expert in their field. I respect all of that. It just doesn't work for me, and I don't like that. It's like almost feels like that's the imposed normal way of thinking. It's like people don't like if you're not working in those to develop those like skills and that facet of your being, like just collecting more paper to get more paper. It's oh my god, I'm gonna die here to these birds. Fuck this. Okay, these birds are too damn strong. Fuck. Oh well, I don't think I have anything on my inventory really. No. Like I'm gonna lose some rubies, whatever. Yeah, I'm not high enough level for this area. That's that's what I love to talk about this because it's all I think about. It's what I think that all of us are here for at this current moment. I think that they like the fact that you can't turn on the news without thinking about Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump right now, and it's been that way for a while. This is the one time, like this is. I think it's funny because on Inside Job, I mean, you can view the Inside Job however you wish. I see Inside Job as a form of soft disclosure. Like that's my honest take on it. I really view in like that show on Netflix as soft disclosure. It's a way of like it's a way of, in my opinion, some of them might like. I really think that we should judge the individual, not the collective of a race. Just like we would not want to be judged by the color of our skin. That's a. I feel like that's a given. I think that these things aren't just. Well, they're. We don't. Intelligence is weird. Okay, like we can't. Like I don't think that we should be comparing our intelligences to each other. But it's true that everything we see, everything we interact with, is just another aspect of the creating source. I guess, like we could call it source. You could call it God. You could call it. I really don't care what we call it. It doesn't matter. It's just that creational force, that the generative force. We're all just aspects of what's being reflected back at us. We're all part of the same field where there is no true separation. It's just a maintained illusion of separation. And that's really what's the crux of the issue. Like we keep on looking at these non-human intelligences as this silly thing, this out there subject. And we don't take it for the reality that it is and the implications that it brings. And I'm somebody who has. I've looked into while I was working my retail job, I would listen to many audiobooks, and like it's not the most rigorous form of study. I agree. I don't take notes. I listen to things, and I try to keep a neutral mind. Obviously, I get swayed by emotions too. I'm human. I'm very like I keep saying that, and it's gonna sound weird now with my subject matter, especially with how I'm geared towards over explaining myself all the time. I yap. I'll yap endlessly. That's why I'm usually quiet in most settings. Cause once I like start talking, I feel like I can't stop talking. I really try to just be an observer in most situations, because the stuff that I talk about, the stuff that I think about, it seems like I don't, at this point, when I bring it up, I don't get much pushback, because nobody else seems to look into these things. They just seem to accept the dogma, the doctrine, and whatever they feel like is more convenient, basically. And I don't blame them. Convenience is nice. Convenience helps you get on with your day. I just think it's keeping us stuck. I think it's making existence and life redundant. I think there's a better way of living that we can step into as a collective species and on a planetary scale, because I think that there's other races that would also wish for humanity to make this realization so that they can come forward and really be open and like we could start finally, oh, fuck, I went the wrong way. I really think there's other intelligences, I guess, other sentient beings that want to come forward and communicate with us. They want to share Earth as this platform for many different cultures and varieties of people to live their lives in their own unique ways. I don't think boundaries have to be given up, or personal identity has to be given up for collective understanding to be attained. The collective understanding that we're all connected on. We're all more connected than we are separated. That's the reality of things. That you could see it in DNA, for God's sakes. Like, we're more connected than we are separate. You could even take that to mushrooms, dude. You could take that to anything. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just the fact. It's just we're all part of this field and it's all connected. So when you view anything that you're looking at as having zero intelligence, it just comes across as not resonating with truth to me. I understand why people would believe that, because inanimate objects, we've been told over and over throughout our lives, are inanimate. They don't have life. But I mean, that's how people viewed plants in the past, you know? Like, we didn't think plants had life. And now we're viewing mushrooms in a different way. Like, dude, like, fucking mushrooms are closer to animals than plants is weird. That's weird to me. On top of that, they have this type of language and grammar that we don't understand. That's also weird to me. You know, I wish that, I wish it didn't seem so weird to talk about. I wish I could just talk about this with, like, another person. And like, have more ideas given to me. I would, instead of, because every time the highest, oh my gosh, I'm lagging. The most I've gotten out of somebody else so far is they agree with me and they'll know about what's going on, but they're still caught up in, like, either being angry or being caught in despair. And I understand that because I've been there. I'm still I'm like 1 foot in there. 1 foot is still stuck in that. And I'm trying to lift my foot through that doorway, through that threshold, the only way I feel like I can, and that's through helping the collective understanding to be attained. Like, helping people to... Oh, I went the wrong way. I don't want to go there. I want to get to them for Rainbreaker Mines and start grinding again. But, yeah, it's like... Are we able to find... Fuck. I really just... I feel lonely. Really, like, I'm not lonely. I'm not actually lonely. I have a loving girlfriend. I have great friends. I'm surrounded by love all the time. All the time. I have even a great landlord. I have a great landlord. I don't know how I was blessed with that, but I have a great landlord even. So life has been really, really kind to me. But it just, when I view it through this little narrow viewed lens, this little tunnel vision lens of feeling so alone in my understanding. It's not understanding even, because I can't have the full picture. It's impossible for one person to have the full picture. That's why I'm grasping and pleading for others to lend me their awareness, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. I just would really appreciate... Oh, God. Oh, great. I'm getting glitched. I'm getting a glitch where I can't click without stepping forward. No, I love it. No. Well, this is my fault for playing it alpha. I gotta lock in. I don't understand why I keep walking forward when I am attacking. I shouldn't be. There we go. Nope, still broken. Like the worst enemy, literally the worst enemy I could have gonna have this glitch with. It's the only one that gives me issues one-on-one. At least at my level. Because it's one level lower. It's quite annoying. But, I mean, what are annoyances? What are disturbances? What are chance to correct? Chance to understand? I don't know. I get way too intellectual about this shit. I really don't want to. It's just the only way I feel like I'm getting understood sometimes. And even then, my understanding can be seen as a threat by a lot of people. And even if it's not understanding. I just want open, honest dialogue. I don't want to always be right. I just want people to be real. People to, like, bring up things that aren't just told to them. Because I think we have that capability. Oh, fucking damn it, man. Whatever. Hopefully when I respawn, the glitch is fixed. It's still not fixed. See, every time I click for attacking, I'm not pressing anything on my keyboard, I'm just walking forward. That's weird. It's not supposed to be what happens. Okay. So, I finally fixed the glitch. Okay. After I already died. But whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people catching on to like the NHI stuff, the aliens, the reptilians, everything. The part that concerns me isn't if people are catching on or not. It's that 1% more damage. Hold on. No, I'll go with that. Well, anyway, back to what I was saying. I think a lot of people... I went the wrong way. I think a lot of people, they're catching on. It's happening. The revelation is coming forward. Like, it's not the it's not gonna... Well, that's weird. It's not gonna be the revelation people think, I think. Like, it's not gonna be exactly... Like, there's... Any prophecy is, like, drenched in symbolism so that our minds can, like, take it as a seed instead of a final event. Because we're so used to seeing the future. Like, when we hear about prophecy or hear about people who are good at prophecy, we start to take everything they say as, like... I don't understand why... We could see that in a sporting event or in certain... In any level of mastery of any skill that we pursue, there's never the guarantee of 100%, like 100% accuracy or like infallibility. There's never the infallible human. That's a rejection of humanity, and we seem to hold each other to a standard of infallibility, especially when it comes to spiritual topics, and it's jading me. It's jading the fuck out of me. I don't understand what people want. Like remote viewers and these prophecies and everything. Of course, they're never gonna be 100% accurate, and of course, it's gonna be lost in translation. Do you understand everything that your fucking favorite sports player is doing on the court or on the field? You probably don't. You probably don't really understand what's going through their head or how they're processing all the information. And like, to you, if they try to explain to you what they're doing, it might just sound like an entirely different language, practically. Same goes for scientific fields, same goes for any field. It's a universal concept. I'm more confused with what people aren't getting. And that's my issue, because I'm not giving people grace. I've been in the same situation as everyone else. We're all caught in the cycle together. So I just wanted to bring awareness to that stuff. It really feels like the only reason that I might be here. Because I know that my purpose for being here isn't to keep a pharmacy open that's actually just monetizing symptom relief instead of pursuing a curing of the ailment. I know that there's got to be something, you know? There's got to be something else that I'm meant to be here for. I'm just trying to find it just like anyone else. And I understand the stuff that I'm talking about just seems like it's so enormous in scope and that it's untouchable, but it's really not. It's really not. It's really something that we need to work on. Each individual needs to work on internalizing, in my opinion. I can't convince anyone to care about what I'm saying, and I can't expect that from anyone, but it seems obvious to me that that's our only real path forward. I don't know if I'm coming off in any type of... I don't know how I'm coming off. I don't receive that much feedback. I don't receive much feedback about what I'm talking about. If we could all just realize that the people that we think are in control are actually just taking orders and being ritually... It's like a ritual internment, is what I would describe it as. That from birth, from infancy, from before they were born, because it really is that when you realize that you are, in fact, the physical embodiments of the continuation of your ancestors' physical density. That's literally what you are in human form. You're the continuation of your ancestors. I gotta turn this down a bit. It's blowing out my ears. But you're the continuation, and it's beautiful that we've remained in this state of continuity for so long, where it's all it has to be for a reason. Like, we've all just been we've inherited this world. Okay, that's how it feels, that's how it looks, that's how it seems, that's how it is. So we can either continue the mistakes of our ancestors, continue to try to fight once we find out, continue to try to strive and ignore, or we can finally make the corrections that are necessary using the tools that are available. Finally, the internet is not a small thing. Like, it's a big deal that we have this finally. We have this resource finally, and the information is no longer something that's gatekept. For the most part, it's something that's out there. It's something that we can find for ourselves, and that's a big deal. That's oh fuck, where's the guy? Okay, whatever. I hate this glitch. This guy needs to be fixed. His hitbox, where is it? Like, I don't understand what I'm fighting anymore. Is he here? Where is he? Is he over here? Well, no, he's back here. Oh, he's over here now. Ashes, Steven Sheriff. Come on, bruh. Bruh. What am I fighting? See, there I go. I'm blaming him for what's going on. He made this game. Of course he cares about what's going on. So, I really wish people would just, like, look at their humanity and stop trying to fucking act like they're like, it's like we want to be right all the time, and every time we're wrong, it's a hit to the ego. And the trick is, we gotta give up the ego. We gotta, like, stop navigating the world with our ego. Fuck this. I'm done with this. I'm leaving. I got to level 9. Whatever. Oh, there goes my mount. Hey, mount, can you come over here? I need you. Okay, never mind. I guess not. There we go. Finally got on my mount. Yeah, so... it's really... when you go back into it, I can tell you a lot more. Because, in my opinion, you could feel the truth. But, that's just me. And I don't want people to feel my truth. I want people to know that what I feel the truth is. So they can investigate for themselves, and... maybe I could receive some feedback. Like, I found out the other day that one video I thought was real. There's a video, an old video from 2024. This guy, keep going the wrong way. This guy is, during the New Jersey drone debacle, one guy was recording one. I don't know how realistic it was. Like, it's just so easy to fake stuff. But he made a pretty convincing CGI like gun shooting at the drone, and it's convincing. It looks. Like the guy is shooting at the fucking drone. And at first I was like, well, that I wasn't even surprised. Like, I mean, I was a little bit frustrated because it's just another example of someone spreading fake news just to see fake news spreads, which it's fine. It's good for people to test each other. That's an important facet of our, you know, steel sharpens steel or whatever, iron sharpens iron. I don't know. I always get that one wrong. But yeah, it's like I'm not infallible. I don't want to be. I don't want to claim to be. I don't want to claim to be the authority on anything. I just wish that I could get some feedback, some dialogue going, some realizations going, cuz one thing that I'm fairly certain of, like almost 100% certain of, I can't be 100% certain that that even the sun's gonna come up, you know. I can't be 100% certain that, like, I'm gonna wake up every time I go to sleep, you know. Like, there's everything, there's never certainty in this world. There's never certainty in reality. There's always anomalies happening. There's always anomalous phenomena occurring. There's always something that we don't understand. That's why the mental part of everything, the brain center of existence has to be shed. We have to fucking start using our heart and our intuition a little bit more, in my opinion. Because it's just, our minds are just not capable. Our minds have fear. Our minds have the capacity to panic. Like, it's not something, like, our minds aren't capable of dealing with what the subject matter that I'm touching on, is the way I see it. I guess I've rambled on for long enough. I think that this is gonna be more than what people need, and I don't think anyone, I hope people listen. I really do. I hope that I get an audience. I never thought of myself as being the one to talk about this stuff, but I feel like I'm the only one with the perspective of having the knowledge, or having the feeling that it is the truth, resonating with the truth of a non-human intelligence. Not only that, because there's a big focus on the sensational the sensational aspect of aliens. We need to shed that. We really do. We need to shed that it's not normal, because the fact is, once you realize that it's real, the implications are they were here before us, so it's more normal. It's old news. It's super normal, actually. It's it's so normal that we can't even comprehend that it's been happening. Okay, so first step, stop viewing aliens as something crazy and out there and extraordinary and sensational and dramatic. Because in reality, it's boring and old. Okay? So that's the first thing that I see people when they make the realization, they don't make that second realization. And the second thing is people realize that the ones they feel deceived because they notice that the people who are in charge aren't who they aren't actually in charge, and they start to panic. They start to realize that their worldview is completely crumbling in front of their very eyes, and then they either reject it, they dismiss it, or they just don't think about it. They don't take it further. They don't take action. They remain passive, and that's like, I understand why someone would feel that way. I understand everyone goes through that stage. In my opinion, it probably most likely most people are going through that stage, a lot of them, and especially the feeling like that we have to do something about it. When that finally settles in, people often want to fight because that's all they know. They want to fight. They think that our survival is in danger, when in reality what you need to realize is most likely our reality is not in danger in the slightest. How would we have gone on for this long? Humans been around for what, 1.5 million years? I think Homo sapiens 300,000 years. I could be wrong. I'm talking off the dome here. Okay, so it's like we've been around for all this time, and these ancient texts, this mythological text, always talking about things that are viewed as angels and demons, and these could just be the same thing, the same phenomena, the same non-human intelligence phenomena, and it could be controlling to various aspects of political, politics, religion, economics. We don't know how far it goes because they have technology that we can't comprehend right now, because we don't, like, we just can't. Like, imagine if we tried to comprehend a fucking a plane, an Airbus or a Boeing fucking plane just 200 years ago. It would have the same effect that this topic has on people today, except this topic that I'm talking about is even more extraordinary to people's senses, and it's more it's like a flashbang to me. It's like flashbangs people into like forgetting what's even happening because they just can't emotionally process it. I understand. I really get it. Like I was, as a kid, would get exposed to certain subjects like reptilians and, like aliens. It's always been something that's been drip fed to all of us. We've been getting slowly prepared. But the idea of we need to fight needs to end, in my opinion, because it's obvious if you look at like Dr. Beatrice's what she says about her studies. Like, her studies basically indicate that there's been anomalous phenomena happening in the sky before our first satellite was launched, and it would correlate with nuclear testing. So in my opinion, what's going on is like this weird experiment. I can't claim to know all of it, but I would love to give my perspective if someone wanted to question me or question what I know, what I think is going on. I just don't want to give people too much all at once. I don't want to, like, I've listened to maybe 40 books on related subjects. It's not something that I'm like very like, yeah, like I have to use my own discernment before I can even. I don't want to be an ideologue, I don't want to just repeat what I've absorbed without filtering it through my own lens. And that's just how it is. Like, I can try to contribute and collaborate with others about finding the truth of the matter and contribute my feelings in order to get across some kind of semblance of a whole picture. But without others, I'm never going to reach that state. Without others engaging with me and helping in this somehow, I'll remain in the dark just as much as everyone else has remained in the dark. And that's why I'm making this. That's why I'm talking about this. That's why I made this video. That's why I'm trying not to be passive. I'm trying to do what I can in the present moment. I just really want others to follow suit because I think peace is our purpose. I think empathetic understanding on Earth is a superpower. I think we could all agree like we've all been, if this is all true, we're all victims. We've all been caught in the cycle of victimhood. And once we can shed that identity, shed all of that, we can work towards brokering peace. Because we don't know what these things' lives have been like. We don't know what reptilians or whatever, the other greys, Arcturian, like, I know a lot about these things, okay? So let me just go through the fucking list of things I've heard about over and over, okay? Illyrians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Orion, Draconians.
Password.
Oh, hell, it's something in Latin, I think. Draconius, Plurbus, I don't know. Look, here's how much money's in my bank account.
Welcome.
These are the way that people have often categorized these non-human intelligence presences, okay? If you want to look it up for yourself, it's not just greys and reptiles, okay? It goes deep. And it's going to sound crazy, but these are star systems that exist, and often if you look up, there's people who do what's called channeling, and that's going to sound crazy and fringe, but I don't think channelers are always 100% accurate. Can't ever be 100% accurate. They're also human. So it just seems like that when you reach a certain level of consciousness, communication seems to happen directly through the actual being, and that's also discussed in various hypnotists, and the hypnotist I recommend looking into the most is Dolores Cannon. She was really a pioneer. Okay, I've listened to almost all her books that I can find. The Convoluted Universe series I recommend. Between Death and Life. She really is one of the few people that tried to honestly broach the subject and contribute something to humanity on a non-passive level. With that, and she did it from the state of the observer. She did it as a hypnotist, as somebody who, and I know that people can give the hypnotic they can be fed a hypnotic suggestion, and their minds can create a reality or a scenario that fits that hypnotist's worldview or what they suggest. But if you listen to this lady, and if you listen to what people tell you about this lady who have actually met her and interacted with her, they'll all tell you, at least as far as I've seen, I haven't seen anybody debunking her, but I've seen plenty of people really talk about her methods, and her methods seem to be almost airtight, as airtight as she could get them. She really was not trying to feed any hypnotic suggestion. She was trying to be open, ask the right questions, and let the body, the intelligence of the body of the person that she is hypnotizing, guide the interaction, not her guiding the interaction. So it's I feel very alone in trying to get on with this, trying to get some peace, some technological liberation. If we as a society can forgive what we view as subjugators, I keep saying that. we could forgive when we realize that they're oppressing us and suppressing us and keeping us in this like nice Goldilocks zone for them, is what is the way I put it, where we're still striving, but we are smart, so we're fun to be around, and play with. If we can move past that and move into the way I see it, if they're viewing us as these like NPCs in a game they're playing because we're so inferior and so blinded to what's going on in true reality, and we've been like fucked with, like our genetics are most likely been fucked with, and that's okay because we have an internal inner world that is always connected to the creation, like where all of life is connected to creation. It's all part of one ongoing thing. So we're not totally lost, and we have help that will come when we're ready for it. So that's not something to despair over. It's just that we need to collectively reach a state of becoming aware and investigating truth for ourselves, not accepting blindly the authorities that give us truth from the top down. It should be something that comes. It should be you can like look at sources from the top and take it for what it is, because there's never some. I think that there's always truth. There's always like. It's one of the hermetic principles, you know. It's like all truths are half truths, you know. You don't get the full picture from one source, okay? And it's imperative. We gotta investigate. We have to start realizing, because once we realize, that's when the shift could occur. Because it'll be like, in my opinion, it'll be like if you're playing a video game. Imagine you're playing GTA 6, and you're having fun, you're messing with the NPCs, and then all of a sudden the NPCs start, like, they just start all together, all of them, they start talking to each other, and they all start gathering around the player character, and just say, hey, we know we're in a video game. What are you doing? What is this? And they just start questioning. Would it be fun anymore? I don't think it would be fun anymore. I think it would be jarring. I think it might make someone panic. So it has to be gentle on both ends. When we realize, we have to be like, hey, we know. Can we work together? Can we get along? I know you're caught in your own trap. Because imagine if to play GTA 6 you had to jack into GTA 6. So, like, you're in the game with the NPCs. You're in the game with the NPCs, and they all surround you, and now, there's two things. You have God mode enabled, because you're the player character, because you have the technology. It's not really that you're a god. You just have the technological edge. So when they all start gathering around you, imagine... You could just be like, oh, well, the NPCs got sentient. And maybe this isn't the first game you played where the NPCs became sentient. And then you decide, you know what? Fuck them. Okay, they want to fucking try me just because they think that they figured shit out. And then you just destroy all of them and move on to the next game. Would that not be the case with our quote-unquote subjugators if we don't approach them with understanding and empathy? Because imagine if they jack into the game and they can respawn, but if they don't respawn in a specific manner, they run the risk of respawning as one of the NPCs and forgetting. That's how I see it, dude. Because I think that's why there's this continuing breeding program. Why there's always a focus on ritual. I think they jump their essence from one body to the other when it gets old, is kind of what I'm getting out of it. It sounds nuts. I don't really care how nuts it sounds, because I'm just trying my best, really. I don't want to come off as insane. I don't want to make other people insane. I want peace. I want peace. And when I see that, when I look at it from that view, if the NPCs in GTA 6 in our hypothetical scenario came at the player character and was like, can we have fun too? Can we start, like, maybe respawning doesn't mean they have to forget everything anymore because they're not attacking the player character when they respawn with memory. You know? Like, maybe everyone could be in on the game at that point, and it could be fun again. That's the way I look at it. Hopefully somebody got something out of this. Thanks.